From the News Channel 5 Network, this is MorningLine.
Good morning, everyone. Nick Barris here. This is MorningLine, and thank you for joining us. It is Tuesday. We're going to get to the phone lines here in a moment because, as we told you yesterday, promoting this show, it gets busy because we are talking Social Security, all right? So as you sit there going, Social Security, depending on who you are, you may go, oh, boring, but wrong. Here's the thing. If you're not ready for Social Security yet, you need to start thinking about it down the road. Like me, okay? There's a lot of things I've learned on this show over the years with Social Security that have served me well. Second, I know many of you who watch this program are dealing with your Social Security benefits, are in the process of applying for disability, SSI, wondering where you are in the process, maybe need a little help deciding what to do exactly. That's what this show's all about. And I'm proud to say that we've been doing this show, Social Security, with a number of experts coming over from the administration for more than a decade now. And I think we've probably helped thousands of people. The number is 615-737-7587. If you want to call, join in the conversation, or get a question in, start early because it gets busy later. We're going to stay on until 9 o'clock with this. And joining me is the one and only Josh Horn. Good morning to you. Nice to have you, my friend.
Absolutely.
I think it's been more than 10 years we've been doing this with, Daryl Payne, you, our friend who's now in...
James?
James Shanks, who was with us a shorter period of time, but transferred over. But everyone that you guys have sent over the years has just been terrific, just terrific. And you were off for a bit, and you're back with us again. You don't mind doing this.
I love it.
This is part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I enjoy helping, yeah.
Remind me, your title with the office here is?
I'm the district manager for the Nashville area, the Nashville district.
That's what I'm saying. He's a big dog. So appreciate you coming on. It's always good to have you here. And we'll get to the phone lines in a moment. Call in, start filling it up. But always like to hit you just in case if there's something you want to touch on yourself. Any developments, anything you want to remind folks of this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most exciting things is the newest addition to the My Social Security suite of things that you can do online is the new replacement Social Security card, the online Social Security replacement card. Now, I say that it's rolling out. So they've started it with a few states, not Tennessee yet, but it's coming soon to Tennessee, where if you just need to do a simple replacement card because yours got lost or tore up or something along those lines, then you can just go online and do it there rather than having to come into the office, which is what most people have to do. So
do you have to provide some kind of ID or proof? So I mean, how do we keep someone from stealing my card?
Right, and it's with the My Social Security portal that we've been using. We've been encouraging you guys to go out there and sign up for a My Social Security account. It's kind of like online banking. We work with Experian to verify your identity, and we ask those identifying questions so that we know that it is you that we're dealing with, and then that's basically how we verify and get that replacement card out to you. So it's coming soon. I encourage everybody to go out there and go ahead and sign up for your My Social Security account. You can review your earnings record and look around at your particular package, and also be prepared for anything that you may need to use that for in the future.
It is kind of a neat website. It really is. Just to whoever you may be, even if you're not close to Social Security retirement age, to look and see what your earnings have been over the years. You go back to that first job and you're like, how was I living on that? And then how much it's accumulated over time. And you can also then go into the formula, right, to determine how much you will collect depending on when maybe you decide if you want to take early retirement, how much more you'll get if you wait until full retirement, and all of that, right?
Yep.
With regard to the card, I'm just curious. I mean, to be honest with you right now, I think I know where my card is. I know you're not supposed to carry it in your wallet. I don't. But I can't remember the last time anyone has asked me for the card. Why is it important that you actually have the card? I know the number, but why do people need that card?
Sometimes you need it when you start a new job. That's probably the most frequent reason that folks come in and say, I haven't had it. I don't know where it's at. I haven't had it for years, but all of a sudden I'm starting this new job, and they need to see it because it is the proof. It is the original proof of your Social Security number, even though that number is out there.
Again, like I said, and you may be right, there's some out there, and I'm not saying it's not a good idea to have a copy on file somewhere, but I've never been asked at any job to show a card. And two, these cards are not forms of ID. I mean, the number's on it, but there's no picture. There's no, I mean, someone could take my card and use it and someone, I mean, it's just a paper thing, right? And there's no photo. It's not laminated.
There is security features in it. We encourage folks not to laminate it. A lot of folks kind of get out there and they laminate their Social Security card. We actually encourage you not to do that. It's actually written on the back because there are some security features that are built into those cards, and I think that they're already always kind of adding more features on there. But a lot of times, Social Security card is used in conjunction with a photo ID,
yes.
and so I know when we hire individuals for Social Security, we usually we have to get their Social Security card and their driver's license or state ID.
It's very interesting. The only reason I know my Social Security number by heart, and it's several digits, and I don't know how many people know it memorized. I guess maybe most people do. Is that back when I was in college, quite a while ago, the student ID happened to be your Social Security ID number, which I don't think they do anymore because back then identity theft was not the issue it is today. Now you want to be much more, secretive with your number. But back then, when you registered for classes, I had to write over and over and over again my Social Security number, and now I've got it memorized. So it's always up in my head. So I don't have to refer to anything, a card, to remind myself.
Right.
But anyway, that's good to know. Does it cost anything to get a new card?
No, it does not cost anything to get a new card. So.
Okay. Anything else you want to hit on? Anything going on these days?
That's the big thing is just always encouraging folks, and it is the beginning of the year, and so some individuals may need their 1099 forms, and that's another thing that you can do online. So it's another good reason to go on there.
So you
and
pay
create
taxes on your Social Security benefits?
You can. It depends on what your
other income is.
Your other income and your adjusted gross income.
Okay, so that's something to take into account. All right, well, if anything else pops into your head, fine. But in the meantime, we'll just get back to the phone lines. They're open, folks. 737-7587. First question of the day usually goes to this man because he's quick with the phone. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Nick.
How are you, buddy?
Josh. My question is, what is the maximum amount of money you can make in a year before they tax your Social Security benefits to the maximum amount?
Okay, so you want to know what the maximum earnings before they stop taking out Social Security, and that this year it's $118,500. So after that, you don't pay Social Security taxes on that anymore. You pay Social Security taxes on up to $118,500.
That's the maximum, 118. So if you make more than that, you're only paying up to $118,000 of the tax.
Yeah, for Social Security. On Medicare, I believe they take that. There is no cap on the Medicare portion, but as far as the Social Security taxes that are taken out.
Was that the question? There could be a couple ways to take your question. Was that it, Joe, or was it another aspect of that?
That's another aspect to it.
Yeah.
Say, just using a couple of figures, if you file taxes on, say, $60,000, then all of a sudden next year or whatever you went to $80,000, how much more would they tax your Social Security benefits by raising your income by $20,000?
You're just talking about it just in general, how much are you taxed?
I know the 80%, I think, is the most that they can tax your Social Security benefits, but just say you had a raise in income from 60 to 80,000. How much?
So you're talking about when your
Social Security income be taxed.
So you're drawing benefits, and you want to know how much your benefits that you're drawing will be taxed.
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, we don't like to get too deep into that because that is more of an IRS type question, and a lot of times it depends on what your adjusted gross income is and what your tax form looks like, and so I don't really have a real good answer for that. Usually it's 50%, I believe, is how much is taxable, but it also kind of depends on some different IRS rules. So that's a really good question, but I don't have a really good answer for you.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes we do, folks, have representatives from the IRS on this show. So that's a question, Joe, to bring up on that as well. But it does affect it. It's going to change it. If you're making more, they're going to address your Social Security benefit. Look, on that note, we do need to take a break. When we come back, some lines open if you want to jump in. 3 of them still standing there open. Questions, comments about Social Security, maybe your situation specifically. Don't call and wait to talk to. You can get in right now here if you hop in. The number 737-7587. Back with your calls right after this.